Eagles Pep Band, and you're watching CITV.
Hello and welcome to another edition of CITV Sports. I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss.
And I'm Jacob Kurtz. And here today we're hosting
It's the Harriton Rams and the Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonials for a dual swim meet.
The Rams school is in Lower Merion, so this will be a battle of the schools. Why is that?
Harriton and Rosemont is in the Lower Merion School District, which is ranked number 4 in terms of districts in Pennsylvania. The Colonial School District's number 10, so we're going to see plenty of scholar athletes on this December 11th.
I completely agree.
So we're going to have 11 swimming events and 1 diving. The first, Jacob, is going to be the girls' 200-yard medley relay. Harriton is going to be in lanes 1, 3, and 5. PW in 2, 4, and 6. Harriton is in
And they're in position.
It's in the dark caps, and Plymouth Whitemarsh is in the red caps.
On their marks. They're going. On they go. This is a backstroke thing. And it looks like lane 4 is in the lead. Followed by lane 3. They're neck and neck. Lane 4 and lane 3. PW and the Rams.
Yeah, each of these swimmers are going to swim one way, one another. Lane 3 checked first at 29.7.
And now it looks like they're doing breaststroke. And it is still lane 4 and 3 in the lead. Now it looks like the Rams lane 3 is in the lead at this time, but it is close.
Lane 3 consists of Tatum Maloney, Mandy Becker, Tori Myler, and Devin McLean.
And it looks like they're doing breaststroke, butterfly now, sorry.
Now it looks like the scoreboard has a bit of a malfunction, so the results are not going to be official.
The scoreboard seems to be having a malfunction, but it is neck and neck, and they're going back out. Lane 3 and 4 seem to be in neck and neck. Now it looks like they're doing front stroke.
The PW record for this was 1 minute and 52 set in 2015. Doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Now it looks like PW has won. Lane 4 has won it for them. And then lane 3 came in second. And it looks like lane 1 and 6 are trying to see who can get in second to last place and last place. And it looks like lane 6 is winning.
That's Harriton.
No, that's PW.
Well, Harriton's in 1, lane 6 is
No,
PW.
this is 6.
Well, Harriton is going to be last.
Yes, so Harriton came in last. Now on to the next event. So what were your thoughts about that event?
Well, you could tell that lanes 3 and 4 are more the experienced swimmers.
Now it looks like it's the male version of that exact event. Let's see how they do.
Now as we get there in the relay events.
Now the males, the PW boys are wearing blue and with red caps, and the Rams are wearing black bathing suits with a black cap with a skull on it, a ram on it. Sorry.
Now we are at a point system, Jake. In fact, for first place in relays, you'll get 8. Second is 4. Third is 2. And then 4, 5, and 6, you don't get any points.
Yes. Now it looks like they're getting ready.
Plymouth Whitemarsh boys, coached by Kevin Golubiewski, his second season. I believe Dennis Hagen's at the helm for Harriton for the boys.
Caleb Kelly, Niles Rankin, Nick Fiddler, and Josh Smith. Lane 5, Douglas Sosa, Quentin Sawa, Michael O'Connor, and Madden Armani. In lane 6, Jake Weichel, Alex Williamson, Daniel Watkins, and James McGinnis.
Now, they just named all of the people in the lanes. We're about to do that. Now they seem to be getting into position. And they're taking their marks. Go, and they're going.
Now, Jake, last year at the district
And it looks like lane 3 and lane 4 seem to be in the lead again.
Yeah, at the district meets, PW had a medley relay team come in 12th. So this is a
now
really
lane
good
4
event.
seems to be in the lead. Now they are doing backstroke.
So it looks like Niles Rankin just checked in for PW in lane 4.
Now lane 4 seems to be in the lead, followed by lane 3.
Niles Rankin is going to be in quite a few different events.
Now it looks like that lane 4 seems to have the more experience. Lane 4 and 3 seem to have the more experienced swimmers.
Should be Nick Fiddler now in lane 4 for PW. Lane 4's way ahead of the competition.
Lane 4 is very well ahead of the competition. Now they seem to be doing breaststroke right now. Butterfly.
Records are meant to be broken. The record for the 200 medley relay for PW is 1:36.35.
Now it looks like lane 3 is catching up. And lane 3 seems to have won. That is a big turn of events.
Good sportsmanship from Nick Anston and Patrick O'Brien for PW.
But what was the record for boys on this? What was the record? What was the record?
The record is 1:36.35. So they did not get that. That was from 2011. Next up will be the girls 200 freestyle. After lane 1 is complete.
Lane 1 is still going.
I think that's Jack Lynch for Harriton. Now we'll be getting to our first individual event of the day, 200 freestyle. Point system is different for individual events. Jake, in individuals, you get 6 for first, 4 for second, 3 for third, 2 for fourth, 1 for fifth, but none for sixth.
The results are official. Event 3, girls 200-yard freestyle. Lane 1, Aruno Hamon. Lane 2, Melissa Ely. Lane 3, Katie Lynch. Lane 4, Abigail Thomas. Lane 5, Isabel Gunn. Lane
Now,
6, Julia Kaplan.
this will be the first individual event, and they seem to be getting to their mark.
The record here, Jake, is 1:57.43 set by Hannah McGee in 2016.
Let's
She's
see.
actually a part of 9 PW records.
And it looks like lane 4 is in the lead again. Well, lane 4 seems to be having a lot of good luck.
That's Abigail Thomas.
Followed by lane 3 and followed by lane 2.
Katie Lynch is for Harriton. Lane 3, Melissa Ely is in 2.
Now it looks like still lane 4 is in the lead.
Each of these swimmers are going to swim 4 laps to and from for 8 total. So they're going to be touching the pad 4 different times.
Now it looks like lane 4 is still in the lead, and that is still Abigail Thomas. She has a massive lead right now.
59.61 halfway there.
Now Abigail Thomas has a massive lead against her opponents.
Now, in terms of qualifying for districts, the automatic qualifying time for this event is 2 minutes, 0.15 seconds. Consideration is 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Final few laps here.
And in last place is lane 1. Now who is in lane 1? It's one of the Rams.
Lane 1 for Harriton is Hirono Kaman.
Now,
So
the
2
clock
minutes
did
5.
stop, so we don't actually know what the exact time is. It was 2:05. That is close to the record, but not nearly close enough.
It's about 10. That's about 13 seconds off the record. Good sportsmanship. Lanes 3 and 4. Isabel Bunn, lane 5, just checked in. Now we're waiting for Hirono Kaman for Harriton. We're now for 2 girl events.
Now, it looks like it's going to be the exact same event for boys. So, the 200 single boys.
Just gotta wait for the scores to be official. Looks like PWHS officials just making sure everything's okay. It's a dual swim meet, so the boys' scores are going to be separate from the girls.
Finish is 4, 3, 2, 6, 5, 1. Event 4, boys 200-yard freestyle. Lane 2, Brandon Berlin. Lane 3, Sean Maloney. Lane 4, Jacob Davis. Lane 5, Liam Pettit. Lane 6, Adam Donato.
Now, this is an event in which PW actually has a state title to its credit, the 200 freestyle. Matt Golubowski claimed state gold in this event in both 2004 and 2005. I
Now
believe
they're
he
taking
is Coach Golubowski's brother.
Now, they're taking their marks. And they're off. And it looks like lane... Actually, they're all tied right now. You can't really tell a difference. Now, it looks like lane 5 has a solid lead. Not a very solid lead, but it has a lead right now. But it's getting caught up. And it looks like lane 2 is starting to get the lead. But it is being caught up by lane 3.
Interesting here is Harriton did not originally have someone in lane 1, but entered someone late for the 200 freestyle.
Now, the race seems neck and neck for 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it all depends on who is the stronger swimmer.
And PW is in lanes 2, 4, and 6. Harriton 1, 3, and 5. PW is in the red caps.
Now, there's not a clear lead, so we don't know who's actually winning in this. But we will tell when we see it. Although the viewers at home, if you're watching this, you could probably tell who the winner is just by looking.
Now, Matt Golubowski has the record for PW in this event and a minute 38.42.
And it looks like lane 4 has the lead right now.
That would be Jacob Davis for Plymouth Whitemarsh.
And lanes 1 and 6 seem to be tied for last. But lane 4 seems to have gotten first place. So PW has first place, 2:01.
2:01.36, which is faster than his previous time at 2:01.79.
Now, it all depends on lane 1 and 6, who can get it. And it looks like PW has gotten it.
Now, when it comes time for district, Jacob, the automatic qualifying time for the 200 freestyle for the boys is a minute 49.14. That was way off the pace for any of these swimmers.
Wait, what was the score? What was the time?
The fastest time, which was by Davis, was 2 minutes 1.36.
No, what is the thing you have to get?
The automatic would be a minute 49.14. Considerations a minute 51.25.
The order finish is 4, 3, 5, 2, 6, 1. Event 5, girls 200-yard IM. In lane 1, Helen Kramer. Lane 2, Mark Harrow.
Now it looks like it's the girls. What event is this?
This is the 200-yard individual medley, so you're going to be seeing a variety of strokes. Front crawl, backstroke, maybe the butterfly, breaststroke.
6, Maya Miramontes.
They're taking their marks onto the board. They're taking their marks. And they're off. And it looks like they're doing butterfly for the first lap. And it looks like lane 5 is in the lead. Not by much, but it looks like lane 5 is in the lead.
Yeah, that's Ellie Greenhall.
And it looks like they're again doing butterfly.
The automatic time to qualify for districts would be 2 minutes 16.73.
Let's see if she can do it. She seems to have a commanding lead, but now she's doing backstroke.
Ellie Greenhall is ahead of the next fastest swimmer. Right now it's Julia Fiddler.
It looks like lane 1 seems to have a bad reputation, had bad karma, so it does not do well in these. Now lane 5 is still in the lead, but not by much. Followed by lane 4 and lane 3 who are tied, but lane 5 seems to have the lead right now. Now they're doing breaststroke.
So this is now the halfway point, Jacob. Minute 10.9 was Greenhall's time in lane 5 for Harriton.
And it looks like lane 4 is starting to catch up. She might get it in front.
Ellie Greenhall has lost some of her spark. Julia Fiddler's figured her out. So we're in the final 2 laps now. It's minute 54.62 for Fiddler.
Now it looks like they're doing front crawl.
That's 5 seconds ahead of Greenhall was Fiddler.
Now lane 4 seems to be having good luck for everyone.
Harriton in the past few years has not fared as well as it wanted to.
And it looks like lane 4 has gotten the lead and has won it for them.
It was 2:29.3, the winning time. for Fiddler. Greenhall for Harriton was 235.85, it looked like. And believe it or not, lane 2, 235.79. Moira Caro,
Lane 1 is still going.
she grabbed second.
Lane 1 definitely has bad luck.
Sometimes having an end lane, it can be difficult.
But I wouldn't know that because I don't swim competitively.
And again, this is a non-league swim meet. Harriton of the Central League and Plymouth Whitemarsh of Suburban 1 League American.
The boys seem to be doing the exact same thing.
It's a 200 IM for boys.
The order of finish is 4, 2, 5, 3, 6, 1. Event 6, boys 200-yard IM. In lane 1, Quentin Stotloff. Lane 2, Samuel Krause. Lane 3, Anthony Borges. Lane 4, Niles Rankin. Lane 5,
Now, let's see if Lane 4 can keep up their streak of winning every single race. Now they're on the blocks.
Niles Rankin will be in lane 4 for Plymouth Whitemarsh.
And they're off. And they're in Butterfly.
So again, Harriton in the odd number lanes, PW in the even. Niles Rankin. See,
And it looks like
Harriton
it's neck and neck for
Harriton
lane 5, 4, and 3.
has a swimmer wearing a white cap in lane 5. Lane 5 is Liam, is going to be actually Christopher Snyder. Now looking
Now
at
it looks like lane 3 is
Yeah.
taking a commanding lead.
yeah, he is. 200
Now-
IM.
Lane 2 seems to be doing exactly what lane 1 was doing at the beginning.
So the qualifying time here automatically would be 2:05.17 if you want to go to districts.
Now it looks like lane 6 is at the end. They are losing. Now lane 3 has taken a lead, but lane 4 is close up its tail, and so is lane 5.
Yeah, Anthony Borges is lane 3 for Harriton, and Niles Rankin for PW
Now-
is lane 4. Getting really close here, Jacob.
Oh my God! And he might take the lead.
They'll have 2 laps, one way, one the other.
They're almost there. Now it's neck and neck between lane 4 and lane 3.
They're not going to get the school record here. Kyle Lukens in 2012 set it for the 200 IM at 1 minute 55.74.
Now it is neck and neck. Let's see who can get this out. Will lane 4 keep a streak, or will lane 3 finally get a win? And lane 4 has gotten the lead.
Yeah, Niles Rankin takes first at 2:08.75.
It is not close enough to get the record, but
Anthony Borges second for Harriton, lane 3, 2:09.22.
now lane 6 seems to be going still. Let's see if he can neck it out.
Yeah, lane 6 in the 200 IM is Alex Williamson for Plymouth Whitemarsh. Once he completes it, it will be our fourth girls event, which will be the 50 freestyle. Williamson's going to complete it now.
And he finally gets there.
Now Harriton got second and third and fourth.
Now, what event is going on right now?
It will be the 50-yard freestyle for the girls. Hannah McGee set the PW record in 2014 at 24.3 seconds.
Order of finish is 4, 3, 5, 1, 2, 6. Lane 6 was disqualified. Event 7, girls 50-yard freestyle. In lane 1, Caroline Yogurich. Lane 2,
The event
Lane 3, Tatum Maloney. Lane 4, Gianna.
places were 4,
5, Ellie
3,
Green. And lane
5,
Charlie Toulouse.
2, 6. And I think lane 1 was disqualified.
Yeah, it was lane 6 disqualified.
Oh, lane 6 was getting ready to swim. And it looks like it is pretty even right now. But it looks like lane 6 has taken a commanding lead.
Don't blink. This event's about to end because you have one lap one way, one lap the other.
Now it looks like lane 3 could get there. Now lane 4 is catching up. Let's see if he can get it. And it looks like lane 3 has destroyed the streak of lane 4. He beat lane 4 by
.2.
0.2 seconds.
Yeah, there's Tatum Maloney for Harriton, lane 3, 26.2. Lane 4, Gianna Gross, 26.4. Third place went to
And now here
lane
come the
2.
boys.
Mia Lugero would be third if it's official. While we wait, Suburban One Sports is the Suburban One League's premier high school sports authority.
4, 2, 6, 5, 1. Event 8, boys 50-yard freestyle. And lane 1,
When they do the diving, I'm gonna go over there and tell you the scores that I see over here.
4,
So you can say them.
Kelly,
Okay?
lane 5, Brandon Bennett, and lane
Just say
6,
the scores you see
Joshua
over here.
Lee.
The see over there. Now,
Again?
boys. Now it looks like two of them are not even wearing swim caps. They're on the marks.
Yeah, they're both for PW, lanes 2 and 4.
But it looks like lane 4, even without the swim cap, is doing just fine. But lane 3 seems to have a commanding lead.
Yeah, Caleb Kelly. This is the 50 freestyle for boys.
But it looks like lane 3 has gotten it.
22.28 is the winning time for lane 3.
And
Nick Anston.
and second place was 22.59.
Yeah, Caleb Kelly. By the way, both first and second place, those times would be good enough to make districts. 22.69 is the automatic time.
Now, we don't know what event's next.
Next event actually looks like will be diving.
Oh, cool.
At the PW Natatorium. Now it's the diving portion for Harriton and Plymouth Whitemarsh. Now here's Grace Lynch.
And that was cool. I liked it.
7, 7.5, 5.5.
Judges liked it too.
Judges said 7, 7.5, 5.5.
First dive's a 202A, back dive 1 somersault, straight position 1.7.
We don't have to name the dive, do we?
Now here's Ellie Sealer for Harriton. Interesting, there's only one PW girl and one PW boy diving.
Scores are 6,
4.5, 4.
6, 4.5, 4 out of 3 scores.
2B, back
Now is Harriton's Grace Copeland. After her will be George McMonagle for Plymouth Whitemarsh.
Scores. 6,
5, 3.
5-3.
Monocle fourth. First dive to 202A. Back dive, one somersault, straight position, 1.7.
George McMonagle for PW. Each diver, I believe, will have 6 dives apiece.
Let's see how he does. That was nice. And the scores are
6.5, 7.5, 3.5.
6.5, 7.5, 3.5.
First dive to 202A. Back, one somersault, straight position, 1.7.
It's now Nick Anstadt. Not mistaken, he also swims. He's having a busy day, swimming and diving.
He is. Let's see how he does. Scores are
5, 4.5, 5.
5, 4.5, 5.
First dive to 202A. Back, one somersault.
So here's Cesar Duche for Harriton.
I'm no diving expert, but most of these dives look similar.
Came in 15th last year at the Central League Championship diving event.
1.7.
He's a senior.
He is. Let's see what he does.
First,
That was nice. And his scores are
6, 7.
6, 6, and 7.
First dive to 202A. Back, one somersault, straight position, 1.7.
Most of these dives happen to be the same. Let's see if he does it better than everyone else.
It's Jonathan Halter now for Harriton, and then that will be the first of 6 dives completed for each diver.
Scores.
It's like he lost his balance.
I didn't like it. Let's see what the judges give him.
5, 4, 3.5.
5, 4, and 3.5.
203C. Back dive, 1.5 somersault, tuck position, 2.0.
Here's Grace Lynch.
Let's see if she does another good one.
Yeah.
Last time she got pretty good scores. That was very nice.
Not a lot of splash.
Not a lot of splash at all.
7, 8, 7.
Ooh, an
7,
8.
8, and 7. Better than last time.
21D. Front somersault, half twist, free position, 1.7.
Let's see how they oppose it.
As a reminder, for district qualifying in 6 dives, you need a cumulative score of 230.
What was that?
Ellie's
That was
Seward.
out of control.
And it's going to show.
It is going to show. The scores are 3.
Maybe a failed dive.
Scores 3, 1.5, 2.5.
3 scores are 3, 1.5, 2.5.
2C, reverse, one somersault, tuck position, 1.6.
Now Grace Copeland. Yeah, Seward looked like it may have been a failed dive. That's why the judges were in discussion.
Scores
Let's see what the score does. 5,
5.5, 5.5, 5.
5.5, 5.5.
Second dives
And this dive is going to be an inward. And I know from experience that is very hard.
Yeah, George Monaco for Plymouth Whitemarsh.
Let's see if you can do it right.
Scores
That was very nice.
5.5, 4, 3.
5.5, 4, and 3.
111B, front dive, half twist, pike position, 1.7.
It's Nick Anstat now getting instruction from
The
the
swimmer
coach.
slash diver. Let's see how good he is. Let's see if he can improve his score from the last dive he did.
Well, he went really far.
Scores
He did go very, very far. Let's see what the judges give him. They're taking their time thinking about this. So their scores could be no higher than a 2. So that's what I heard. So 2,
2, 2.
I'll give him a
Their
2.
second dive is a 103B, front, 1.5, pike, 1.7.
Cedar Duchette now with his second for Harriton.
Let's see if he can improve his score. Now,
Scores
there's some splash there, so I don't think he's going to get a good score. But who knows? The judges know best.
6, 6.5, 4.
6, 6.5, 4.
2C, inward, 1 somersault, tough position, 1.6.
Jonathan Halter with his second.
Again, this guy's doing an inward. Let's see if he can do it better than the other guy. It's a very hard dive.
Again, the diving portion does not factor into the swimming competition.
Yes.
Scores
I miscalculated. I don't think I had it right.
6, 6.5, 4.5.
6, 6.5, 4.5. I misinterpreted what he was going to do.
Dive, 1 somersault, 1 twist, 3
Grace
position,
Lynch will have her third dive. First 2 dives.
We're
Lit up
very
the
good.
scoreboard so far.
Let's see if she can improve her score from last time. She did the time before.
She got an 8. It's very hard to get a 9.
Scores
May see some 7s. Or even higher.
4, 4.5, 4.
Wow, it was a 4, 4.5, 4.
102B, front somersault.
She's
pike,
getting instruction now from PW diving coach Dave Stewart. Apparently she did not do it properly, and that's why the scores weren't as high as we thought.
Now, the new person is adjusting the board. Let's see what she does.
Here's Ellie Seward.
Scores
That was a big splash. I doubt there can be a good score.
4, 4, 4. Grace's
All
third
3 of
dive
them
is a
gave
103B,
4s.
front dive, pike position, 1.3.
Grace Copeland of Harriton's going to have her third dive.
That was nice. They had not much splash, but it was a very simple dive compared to the other ones.
5, 5, 6.
5, 5, and 6.
Third dive's a 2C, reverse dive, 1
Yeah, he wasn't
somersault,
ready
pike
yet, but
position, 1.6.
it's his turn now, George Monaco, a lone PW male diver.
Let's see if he can improve his score.
Scores
That was very nice. See what the scores are.
5, 7, 5.5.
5, 7, 5.5.
103B, front, 1.5 somersault, pike position, 1.7.
Nick Anstat,
The swimmer slash diver, his hands full.
he doesn't want to get low scores this time.
Let's see if he can improve.
Now that's much better.
That was much better. Let's see what the judges give him.
6, 5.5, 6.5.
6
Third dive,
and a half,
PWHS
5, 6.
reverse 1 somersault, tuck position 1.6.
Let's see if he can improve his score. What's his name?
Latest is Cesar Duche.
Scores
Let's see what the scores are.
7, 8, 4.5.
7, 8,
Jonathan's third
4 and a
dive,
half.
51.21 D, front 1 somersault, half twist, free position 1.7.
Jonathan Halter for Harriton. After he goes, it will be officially the halfway point. Each diver will then have 3 dives apiece.
That was a big splash. I don't think it's going to get a good score, but I'm
He
no
was
diving
He
expert.
was in the air for a while.
6, 6, 5.5.
6, 6, 5 and a half for the scores.
Inward dive, 1.5 somersault.
Now here's Grace Lynch up for another dive.
The first
Let's
2
see.
dives were superb.
Let's see if she can do better than her last dive, which did not score very well.
She's the lone PW girl diving.
Mhm. That was very nice.
Scores
So let's see what the judges give her.
7.5, 7, 7.5.
7, 7 and a half, 7 and a half.
1 C, front dive, tuck position.
Ellie Sewer now for Harriton. The PW girls diving record in 6 dives was by Liz Kiefer in 2012, 253.95. She has since went on and graduated from the University of Delaware.
That was very nice. Not much splash, but it wasn't a very hard dive, so I don't know what the judge will give her.
4.5, 4, 4.5.
4 and a half, 4, 4 and a half with the scores.
11 B, front dive, half twist, tight position.
You can hear me, right?
It's Grace Copeland
You can hear me, right?
for Harriton for a 4th dive. While there may not be a lot of splash, it also has to do with the difficulty.
Now,
That was difficult.
that was difficult, but she did not do it very well.
4.5, 3.5, 4.
4 and a half, 3 and a half, 4.
C, forward dive, 1.5 somersault.
And here comes the only boy from PW. Let's see if he can do better than his last dive.
He did dive in the 2016-17 school year as well.
That was very nice. 6 and a half, 5.
Next fourth dive is a 101A, front dive, straight position, 1.4.
Nick Anstadt now Harriton for his 4th dive. And Harriton is at the Central League, PW of Suburban 1 American.
That did not look very hard, but he entered the water pretty nicely. And the
Nick
so
Anstadt.
I'm no expert, but I would suggest giving
5.5,
a decent
5.5, 6.
5 and a half, 5 and a half, 6 were the scores.
Cesar Duchet. Nick Anstadt, who just had that dive, he came in 30th in the district meets in the 50 freestyle. So he is very flexible.
That is good to know. I have to be quiet. Let's see what he does.
Scores
And the scores are
And that was Cesar Duchet.
5 and a half, 4 and a half, 4.
Jonathan's fourth dive is a 103B.
Jonathan Halter now for the Rams.
Tight position, 1.7.
Harriton traveled about 8 miles from Rosemont to get here in Plymouth meeting.
Scores are 6 and a half, 5.
Grace's fifth dive is a 104C.
Each diver will have 2 dives remaining.
Tuck position 2.2.
3 or 4 dives were superb.
Let's see if you can keep that streak going.
Very close to the diving board.
Now, but it was a hard dive, so let's see what the judges give her.
Whoa.
7, 7.5, 7 were the scores.
1B, inward dive, leg position 1.5.
PW in recent years hasn't had too many divers qualify for districts. Well, maybe Grace will break that trend the way she's been diving today. Ellie Sewer now for 5th dive.
Scores 4, 4, 5.
Scores were 4, 4, 5.
Inward dive, leg position 1.5.
It's Grace Copeland.
Let's see what she does. And that was a very nice inward.
Scores
Let's see what the judges give her.
6, 5, 7.
6, 5, and 7.
104C, forward dive, 2 somersault, tuck position 2.2.
Here's Georgia Monocle. Yeah, you want to try to get 7s. That might be a failed dive.
Scores
If not, it will be very low.
2.5, 3, 4.
2.5, 3, and
And
4.
it showed.
Inward dive, kite position 1.5.
Nick Anstat now. And visit
Next fifth dive,
suburban1sports.com
inward dive, kite position
for news, photos, scores, and other information for the Suburban 1 League.
That was a very nice inward. Let's see what the judges
Yeah,
give her.
very nice for
Him,
Anstat.
sorry. 6, 5, 6.
Caesar's fifth dive is a 52.23.
Caesar Duchette
Back, 1 somersault,
for Harriton.
1.5 twist, kite position 2.3. Scores 6.5, 5, 5.5. Jonathan's fifth dive is a 104C.
That was
front, 2
Duchette.
somersault, tuck
Now here's
position,
John Halter.
2.2.
Came in 16th at the Central League diving competition last school year.
That was a very hard dive. A lot of flips. Let's see what the judges give him.
Now we'll go to our 6th and final dives after the scores.
6, 6, 4.5.
Grace's final dive is a 301C reverse dive tuck 1.6.
Well, here's Grace
This is Grace's final dive.
Lynch. She can get some 7s here. It'll be close to 230.
Scores
The scores are
And another difficult dive.
7,
6.5, 5.
7, 6.5, 5 are the scores.
Reverse dive, kite position 1.7.
Quite a few 7s for Grace Lynch. Ellie Seward didn't need any clarification for her dive. It's the sixth and final dive for each of the divers.
She slipped.
She lost her footing.
The scores are 1.5, 2.5, 3.
Grace's last dive is a 103C front, 1.5 somersault, tuck position, 1.6.
Now here's Grace Copeland. Harriton did not have any divers qualify for districts and girls last year.
Scores.
The scores are 5,
4, 4.5.
4,
George's
4.5.
last dive is a 201A, back dive straight, 1.7.
Here's George Monaco.
The only
After-
boy diver for PW.
Yeah, after all of these dives are complete, we'll go back to swimming. It will be the 100 butterfly.
That was very nice.
May have saved his best for last.
6.5,
6.5, 7.
6.5, 7.
Dives a 302C, reverse 1 somersault, tuck position, 1.6.
Now here's Nick Edstedt one last time for diving.
Scores.
We'll also be doing the 200 freestyle relay later on.
6.5, 7.5, 6. Caesar's last dive's a 53.21.
Very respectable dive.
Reverse 1 somersault, half twist, free position, 1.8.
Cesar Duchette of Harriton with his final dive.
The scores are 6, 7,
4.5.
4.5.
Jonathan's final dives a 204C, back 2 somersault, tuck position, 2.2.
The final dive of the night.
Yeah, for Jonathan Halter. You would like to end on a high note before we get back to the swimming portion.
Let's see if we can pull it off.
Scores. Six and a half, 5, 4.5.
6.5, 5, 4.5 for the scores.
And it concludes the diving event. Swimming will be next, so we're going to send in a commercial break, and we'll be back with more swimming and diving between Harriton and Plymouth Whitemarsh on CITV.
See you then.
Okay, we're now doing the girls 100-yard butterfly, and as we're going to get there, in regards to qualifying for District 1 3A, 1 minute 1.07 is the automatic time for girls, a minute 3.1 is the consideration time. As I said not too long ago, Hannah McGee from Plymouth Whitemarsh in 2017 set the record with 58.24. Hannah McGee has 6 individual records. She is now at Fordham University in the Bronx. PASwimming.com, your #1 source for everything swimming in the state of Pennsylvania. Check out results from conference, district, and state meets, as well as PIAA state meet history, PA swim camps, and more. Visit PASwimming.com.
And each in the room behind the block. We're just waiting for them to take their marks.
So again, lanes 1, 3, and 5 will be Harriton. And wearing the dark black caps. Lanes 2, 4, and 6 for PW in the red swim gear.
After the girls 50-yard freestyle, the score is 39 PW, 23 Harriton. And after the boys 50-yard freestyle, the score is 25 PW, 37 Harriton.
So an update here for girls. PW leads 39 to 23. And apparently Harriton has a 37-25 lead for the boys swimming.
Lane 4, Abigail Thomas. Lane 5, Natasha Skrupski. And lane 6, Alexis Duffy.
And they're on their blocks.
Abigail Thomas in lane 4 again. Seen her there earlier do well.
And they're taking their marks. And they're off. And it looks like lane 4 is taking the lead.
Yeah, it's Thomas.
Followed by lane 6.
And lane 6.
Followed by
PW.
lane 3.
Yeah, Duffy's in 6. Thomas is a little bit ahead of Tori Mueller for Harriton. So 30.51 is the leading time. 32.66 in lane 3, not too far behind the second, Mueller.
And it looks like lane 4 is still in the lead by a lot.
Yeah, it's Thomas. Not going to break Hannah McGee's record today. Minute 5.44 for Thomas, that's first. Minute 10.95 second for Mueller, followed by lane, let's see here, lane 2, third place, Isabel Roberts on 13.97. Skorupski for the Rams in lane 5 got 4th in a minute 17.28. Duffy got 5th at a minute 20.17 for PW. Bridget Tucker rounds it out in 6th with a minute 35.8 for Harriton. So now here we are going to get the boys.
The board is correct. Event 12, boys 100-yard butterfly. In lane 1, Christopher Snyder. Lane 2, Daniel Watkins. Lane 4, Caleb Kelly. Lane 5, Michael O'Connor. And lane 6, Nathaniel Yasek.
Now lane 1 seems to be missing someone.
The official has realized there should be someone in lane 1, I think. According to the meet program, Christopher Snyder of Harriton should be in lane 1. Daniel Watkins for PW should be in 2.
There seems to be some miscommunication about what's going on right now. We'll keep you updated. And they take their marks on the block.
I think Christopher Snyder is in lane 3 instead of lane 1. So Michael O'Connor's in lane 5
It looks like
for Harriton.
lane 4 has the lead.
So it's believed that Christopher Snyder of Harriton's in lane 3 instead of lane 1. That was the miscommunication.
Now it seems to be neck and neck between lane 4 and lane 3.
Caleb Kelly and Snyder 0.12 seconds apart between lane 3 and 4. 25.47 the leading time in this 100 butterfly for boys. 55.38 seconds is the automatic qualifying time for districts. 57 seconds is the consideration.
And it looks like lane 3 and lane 4 are still neck and neck. Let's see who can get there first. And it looks like lane 3 has gotten there first. Lane 3 had 55.10 and lane 4 had 55.27.
Both of those times would be good enough automatically for District 1 meets. And it is believed that entering the 100 butterfly, Harriton had a 37-25 advantage because PW had been disqualified in a few heats. We're going to go to the 100-yard freestyle for girls after these results are official. Against the Harriton Rams of Rosemont, Pennsylvania, and Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonials of Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania, about 8 miles apart. I believe Harriton actually has a Bryn Mawr post office address, but it's geographically located in Rosemont, PA. Officials are now discussing, making sure everything is good to go, that there weren't any violations.
The order of finish is 3, 4, 5, 1, 6, 2. Event 13, girls 100-yard freestyle.
The order of finish was 3, 4, 5, 1, 6, 2 for that last event.
Lane 4, Gianna Gross. Lane 5, Devin McLean. And in lane 6, Carly Barris.
All the lanes are occupied. And Harriton 1, 3, and 5, PW 2, 4, and 6. 100 freestyle for girls.
Take the mark. And they're off. It looks like lane 4 has the lead, but not by much.
55.04 seconds is the automatic time to qualify for districts. 56.2 is the consideration time. 2 one way, 2 the
Looks
other
like
way.
lane 4 has taken a big lead. Not by much, but it is a lead.
It's Gianna Gross in lane 4 for PW. 27.53 was her leading time. The halfway point. Hannah McGee in 2014 set the PW record in this event with 53.53 seconds.
And so close.
57.7. It's a little off the pace for district qualifying. And everyone
And the
clocked
places
in.
are lanes 4, lanes 2, lanes 3, lanes 1, lanes 5, and then lane 6.
Lane 4, Nick
So now the boys 100-yard freestyle.
and lane 6, Joshua Levin.
An event during the 2017 district championships at PW's Billy Gallagher came in 29th. He is not racing in this event. It's Nick Fiddler.
It looks like
out
lane
front.
4 again is taking the lead.
Yeah, it's Nick Fiddler. Expecting a lot out of him is coach Kevin Golubowski. Alex Colastri had the record from 2011 at 45.9 seconds. He went on to Drexel University.
What's the time?
The
That-
record is 45.9, but the qualifying time, Jake, for the 100 freestyle is 49.78 seconds. 50.3 is the consideration.
He could do it. So close. He got 50.75, lane 4.
That's about 0.45 off the pace for consideration. Fourth place for lane 6 for PW Joshua Levin. Harriton's lane 5 got 5th at a minute 7.13. Kevin Zai Now we're waiting for Jack Lynch. Or Harriton. Now for districts, which are going to be March 3rd and 4th at LaSalle University. In the individual events, there'll be 7 heats, 42 individual entries of each.
Door official. Event 15, girls 500-yard freestyle. In lane 1, Elise Lynch. Lane 2, Julia.
So now the girls 500 freestyle.
Lane 4, Elena.
Get ready for a long one.
Lane 5,
20 laps.
Isabel Gunn. And lane 6, Sarah Thomas.
On the other end of the pool, you will be seeing other swimmers holding lap counters. To qualify for districts automatically in the 500 freestyle, it's 5 minutes 24.49 seconds, 5 minutes 32 flat for consideration.
This will be a very long race.
Hannah McGee, 2017, had the PW record, 5 minutes 17.66.
Let's see if anyone here can beat that.
Elise Lynch, Katie Lynch, Isabel Bunn, 1, 3, and 5 for Harriton. Julia Fiddler, Elena DeSanto, Sarah Thomas, 2, 4, and 6 for PW in the red caps and swim gear. Officials had a talk with those holding
They're on their
lap counters.
blocks. Take your marks. And they're off.
It's going to be 20
It looks like
total
lane
laps.
4 is in the lead. Followed by lane 3, followed by lane 2.
And each time the swimmers go down, the lap counter is going to be different as the laps count up. .3 for 2 laps is the leading time. That was DeSanto in lane 4 for PW. Second wasn't that far behind in lane 2, 31.55.
Looks like lane 4 is in the lead.
DeSanto and Julia Fiddler aren't too far behind, aren't too far from each other. Sandwiched by Katie Lynch of Harriton in lane 3. Minute 5.42 for 4 laps. Leading time for DeSanto in lane 4 for PW.
This is a long distance swim. You shouldn't use all your energy when you're trying to do the swim first. Now it looks like lanes 2 and 4 are in the lead. Both are PW, so this is good odds for them.
It's also important not to look at the clock. If you look at the clock, that could take some time off. Now it's going to be the 7th lap for the lead swimmers. Again, averaging about 5.5 minutes. This event. Sano and Fiddler. Looks like they're the 1-2 punch right now. Katie Lynch in lane 3.
Oh wait,
is in third.
lane 5 seems to be in the lead.
Isabel Bunn.
Yes, lane 5 seems to be in the lead.
Actually, I think it's DeSano who's in first.
It's not. It's lane 5.
Actually, if you look at lane 5, the lap counter was put back to 9.
Never mind. Lane 4 is still in the lead. My mistake. The lap counter was off.
Not sure there's going to be a disqualification. That could put her far behind. 3 minutes 27 gone by now. Already 13 laps in out of 20.
Still lane 4 and lane 2 are in the lead. Lane 4 by a little bit, but not by much.
Land DeSanto now lane 4. 4 minutes 3.49. 4 minutes 4.87. Second right now is Fiddler in lane 2 for PW. PW in the red caps. Harriton's in the dark black with the lead Harriton Ram logo. And this is a battle of great academic schools. Both of their school districts rank in the top 10 in the state. Sando now has got a couple laps to go. Now you know you're on the final 2 laps when either a cowbell or an air horn sounds off. That means it's the final lap for the lead swimmer. So the PWA official is about to make the sound. That indicates 2 laps to go. 5:15.47, the lead time for DeSano in lane 4 for PW.
It seems like it's going to be a clear victory for lane 4 or lane 2.
The automatic and consideration times are already past the current times.
And the first place gets 5 minutes, 49 seconds, and .97.
That was DeSano. 5 minutes, 50.26. Julia Fiddler. 6 minutes, 2.92. Third place, lane 3. It's Katie Lynch. Still have 3 racers to go. PW is extending its points lead in the overall meet for the girls. Harriton actually won its first meet in 2016-17. Had trouble ever since, had 100 points against Marple Newtown. I think it was a 185 win. They had trouble getting close to 90 afterwards. Now all we're waiting for is Elise Lynch in lane 1 for Harriton. Central League has Harriton, also Radnor, Lower Merion, Conestoga. Conestoga is a tough team to face in any sport. Any encouragement from a teammate is Lynch. .726.69. Now we're going to have the boys do the 500 freestyle. Now all the swimmers are going to freely do a crawl. We'll have 20 more laps. This time with the boys. And while we wait, thanks to John Kennedy Subaru for choosing the Colonial School District Education Foundation as a hometown charity. When customers buy or lease a Subaru this month and choose the CSDEF, Subaru will donate $250 to Colonial Schools. That's in December 2017.
Ben App. Lane 2, Quinn Coyle. Lane 3, Anthony Borges. Lane 4, Jacob Davis. Lane 5, Sean Maloney. And lane 6, Samuel Krause.
So at Borges and Maloney, 1, 3, and 5 for Harriton. Quinn Coyle, Jacob Davis, and Samuel Krause, 2, 4, and 6 for Plymouth Whitemarsh. And 1, 3, and 5 Harriton, 2, 4, and 6.
And they
PWHS.
take their marks on the block.
Here's the first lap.
And it looks like 3 is in the lead.
So a lot of splash from lane 3. Don't want to douse your lap counter. 26.85 the lead time after 2 laps. Lane 3 is Anthony Borges for Harriton. Borges has a sizable lead.
Let's see if he can keep that lead.
Now for this event, the 500 freestyle for boys, it's 5 minutes 1.95, the automatic qualifying time for districts. 5 minutes 9 seconds flat is consideration. So it's a lot quicker of a time than the girls' portion. Matt Golubuski still holds the record, 2005, 4 minutes 28.02. And now Borges extending his lead. 3 rotations in, 1 minute 28.66. Now about on his 7th lap, Borges far ahead, lanes 4 and 5. Far behind, but they're battling for 2nd and 3rd. In lane 4 for PW's Jacob Davis. Sean Maloney for Harriton is in lane 5. Borges the only one in lap 8 right now. Davis and Maloney now battling for 2nd. Now for the 9th lap, 2 minutes 1 flat. It's the lead time by Anthony Borges for the Rams. Once Borges touches the pad, it will be halfway home. It's now 10 laps of 20 for Borges, 2:33.14. At this pace, it's going to be close to automatic and consideration times. Lane 4 is 2nd, 2:42.42. Lane 5 third, 2:43.51. Harriton's in the odd lanes, PW in the even. PW with the red caps. Some of the swimmers are not wearing caps. Quinn Coyle for PW's in lane 2. Anthony Borges now 3 minutes 5.79. Lap number 13 for him. Harriton in last school year, I think was 8th place in boys in the Central League. Fun fact, Harriton actually has its home meets at Lower Merion High School. considering that both Lower Merion and Harriton are in the Lower Merion School District. Harriton actually shares a pool. 338.16, now in lap 15 for Borges. Dennis Hagan and coaching staff for Harriton giving a lot of signals, looking at their stopwatches. Borges is going to have his 16th lap completed now. 4 minutes, 9.91. So 4 laps to go for the lead lapper, the lead swimmer. It's Borges. Jacob Davis now currently in second at 422.72 for PW, lane 4. Borges is about to hear the air horn. First 2 laps to go.
And for those of us who are just tuning in, this is CITV, and lane 3 seems to be in the lead for this one.
It's Borges. After this lap, it will be the home stretch. It's the home stretch for him. This is going to be lap 19 to 20. Now Anthony Borges, lane 3 for Harriton, his final lap. Doesn't look like he'll get under 5 minutes 10. 5:12.09. About 3 seconds off the pace for consideration. Still plenty of time in the season. You also got your league championship meets at the end of the season. Second went to Jacob Davis in lane 4 for PW, 5:27.52. Third went to lane 5 for Harriton, 5:34.83. Sean Maloney. Still have 3 swimmers to go in this 500 freestyle. Fourth place for lane 6 at 5:55.95. Samuel Kraus. Still got lanes 1 and 2 finishing it out. Looks like it'll be 5th place for Quinn Coyle for Plymouth Whitemarsh. All that's left, Ben App for Harriton, who has clocked 6 minutes 54.58 in the past. And we're going to finish the 500 freestyle for the boys. Now we'll be off to the girls' 200-yard freestyle relay. Each swimmer in each lane will get 2 laps apiece.
Do we know how many more events there are?
We are 16 events in. We're going to have 8 more races. That's 4 for girls and 4 for boys. Swim meets can be a bit time-consuming. Everyone's going to do their after-swim warm-ups. Did you know Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf visited Colonial Middle School? On December 6th, the governor had been there to announce a new Pennsylvania system of school assessment schedule for the 2018-19 school year, made possible by the reduction in test questions. While schools are required to start the PSSA the week of April 9th this school year, they will have new flexibility to start as late as April 25th in 2019. Now we're going to have the 17th event, the girls' 200-yard freestyle relay. The relay is going to be 2 laps per swimmer in each lane. It's 8 laps per lane total.
The results are for event 17, girls 200 yards freestyle relay. In lane 1, Kara Pawa, Ashley Bluestein, Elise Lynch, and Sonny Yee. Lane 2, Alexis Duffy, Emmy Cohen, Natalie Patskin, and Sarah Thomas. In Lane 3, Tori Mueller, Ellie Greenall, Caroline Yogadich, and Devin McLean. In Lane 4, Gianna Gross, Mia Ruggiero, Charlie Toledo, and Abigail Thomas. In Lane 5, Backstroke, Kara Margolis, Lucy Gruber, and Natasha Krupski. In Lane 6, Carmen Miramontes, Ariel Greenberg, Megan King, and Kaylee Givnish.
Looks like some of the swimmers had been taking photos. They want to get a good close-up before their event. So this is going to be our 17th event, 24 total. It does include diving, but diving does not factor into the score in this dual swim meet. Harriton and Plymouth Whitemarsh is non-league swim meet. It's December 11th, 2017. This is our first broadcast this winter on Colonial Instructional Television. And we're hoping to do a lot of sporting events this winter. Even though winter is not till around December 21st, lately felt like winter, even had some snow. Unfortunately, everyone had to use snow days or be delayed a couple hours for school days. Along with swimming, we'll also have bowling, wrestling, and boys and girls basketball during this winter. Boys bowling team is supposed to be improved this school year. Jake Newell is back on the team. He is a senior. Did not participate last year. Now it is going to
They seem to be stepping up on their blocks.
200-yard freestyle relay. Gianna Gross is out
He's
front
lane
for PW.
4 in the lead, followed by lane 3.
That's Tori Mueller from Harriton, lane 3. Mia Ruggiero will be next for PW in lane 4.
Miragiro.
Ruggiero's in. Now here's Ellie Greenhall, lane 3 for Harriton. Emmy Cohen now in lane 2 for PW. Ariel Greenberg now in lane 6 for PW. Ashley Bluestein is now in for Harriton, lane 1.
Charlie Tulio now in lane 4.
52.99 the lead time, lane 4. Now Abigail Thomas will be coming in for PW in lane 4. Devin McLean now in lane 3 for Harriton. The 200 freestyle relay, 1 minute 41.51 is the school record set in 2014 for PW. .147.54 first place for lane 4. That is off qualifying time. 144 is the consideration. 141.16, I believe, is automatic. Lane 2 will be third for PW. Lane 5 for Harriton will be fourth. Kaylee Givnish checks in fifth in lane 6 for PW. Harriton in the black caps now going to finish it out in 6th. Then it will be the boys' turn for the 200-yard freestyle relay. Now it's the boys 200 freestyle relay. Kevin Golubiewski wants at least one relay team for PW boys to qualify for the PIAA state meet. And as we get into the league season, Golubiewski's hopeful for a third place finish and a competitive Suburban 1 American behind Happel Horsham and Upper Dublin.
In lane 5, Douglas Sosa, Sean Maloney, Ben Haft, and Emmanuel Liddy. In lane 6, Ben Tabori, Kamani, Kenwan Julie, Justin Adler, and David Saft.
200 freestyle relay for the boys. PW boys had a 19th place finish at districts in 2017 in this event. They're off.
Looks like lane 4 is in the lead. But on my watch, lane 5 is right on their tail. And so is lane 3.
It's Caleb Kelly in lane 4 for PW. He'll give way now to Patrick O'Brien. 23.35 was the time for Caleb Kelly in lane 4, the lead time. Patrick O'Brien, good, extending the lead in lane 4 for Plymouth Whitemarsh. Harriton not too far behind. The middle three lanes, 3, 4, and 5, aren't that far off each other. Lane 5 actually first that time, 49.35.
Lane 4 is in the lead right now, but it's close, so we don't actually know.
A minute 30.69 is the automatic time to qualify for districts. Minute 32.7 is consideration in this event. The lead lappers on their final swimmers. Lanes 3, 4, and 5 Harriton, and 3 and 5 PW and 4. Looks like Nick Anstad.
And it looks like lane 3 is in the lead.
It's going to be first. Minute 36.67. Second is 4. And minute 38.51. Off the pace for consideration time. Now waiting for 1 and 2 along with lane 6. I think David Saft is in lane 6 for PW. Mikey Kotler finishing out lane 1 for Harriton. Lane 1 is going to be 5th at a minute 42.38, or 2:19.45 actually. Saf is going to finish in 6th. I think 2:31.38. So the time was a bit off. The officials are going to discuss here. So we're about to get ready for our 19th event, which will be the girls' 100-yard backstroke.
The order of finish is 3, 4, 5, 2, 1, 6. Event 19, girls 100-yard backstroke. In lane 1, Herb Kramer. Lane 2, Maya Miramontes. Lane 3, Tatum Maloney. Lane 4, Elena DeSanto. Lane 5, Nasreen Boone. And lane 6, Alicia Cachadorian.
So Kramer, Maloney, Cachadorian for Harriton. Miramontes, DeSanto. It's actually Cachadorian for PW. So Miramontes,
They're in their
DeSanto,
places.
Cachadorian for PW. Kramer, Maloney, and Bunn for Harriton in the odd lanes. This is the 100-yard backstroke for girls. Minute 1.22 is the automatic qualifying time for districts. A minute 3.5 is consideration. We'll have 5 more events after this. We'll have 3 boys and 2 girls events. We're halfway home with that. 31.85 is the lead time, lane 3. Tatum Maloney. And Harriton in the Central League Championship meets last school year did not have anyone qualified for districts. In fact, the highest an individual finish for Harriton at the Central League meets last school year was 21st. A lot of room for improvement. Now a minute into it. Maloney's got a touch first for Harriton. Minute 5.48, a minute 5.91 second, lane 4, lane out to Sano. Sano and Maloney shake hands. Good gesture. Minute 21.19, all 6 have finished. And it'll be the boys' turn to compete in the 100 backstroke.
The results are official. Event 20, boys 100-yard backstroke. And lane 1, Douglas Sosa. Lane 2, Quinn Coyle. Lane 3, Francis Chorlisi. Lane 4, Nick Fiddler. Lane 5, Michael O'Connor. And lane 6, Jake Weichel.
Now it's the 100-yard backstroke for the boys. Last year, Harriton actually had a swimmer in this event qualified for states. That was Alec Maloney, who finished 6th place at districts. Had a good consideration time, and they're up. Maloney came 25th place in this event in states at 53.39. He has since graduated at Harriton. The lanes 1, 3, and 5 is Harriton, 2, 4, and 6 Plymouth Whitemarsh. Currently out in front, lane 4, Nick Fiddler. Nick Fiddler made states in the 100 butterfly last year, came in 25th in that event at states. So the lead time, 27.68, halfway home in the event. Fiddler well ahead. Currently in second, everyone else is far behind. It's Francis Chalaseri for Harriton in lane 3. And Fiddler is going to clock in at 57.14 and a 100 backstroke that is in between the consideration time, so he might qualify in the 100 backstroke. Second place was Chalaseri in lane 3 for Harriton. Third place, lane 5 at 113.18. It was Michael O'Connor for Harriton. Fourth went to lane 2, Quinn Coyle for PW.
Results are official. Event 21.
Now the 100-yard breaststroke.
Lane 1, Mandy Becker. Lane 2, Sarah Thomas. Lane 3,
Harriton does have a state champion in this girls' event. It was Erica Acuff with a time of a minute 5.95 back in 1993. If I'm not mistaken, it's the same person as Erica Erndl, who I think swam professionally, went to University of North Carolina. She actually graduated from Episcopal Academy. It's a 100-yard breaststroke.
And it looks like lane 5 is in the lead. I mean lane 3, sorry.
Lane 1's in there as well.
Lane 1 hasn't made a big appearance yet today, so this is actually a first.
Wow, the same exact time, 35.45, both lanes 1 and 3. Now, if there's a tied for a finish, I think you get half points on the official scoring. In fact, the last time the PW girls had 100 points at home, won 105.5 to 79.5. That was against Upper Marion on January 7th, 2016. PW girls coming off a tough home loss against Mount St. Joseph Academy.
And it looks like they're neck and neck. Let's see who hits it first.
Minute 15.05, minute 15.61. Lanes 1 and 3 and 1. Automatic qualifying times a minute 10.11, minute 12.5 is the consideration. That's Casey Blake for PW lane 6. Now the boys 100-yard breaststroke. After this event, we'll have one event remaining for each gender. This is the boys 100-yard breaststroke. That record has not been broken in a long time. Kurt Phillipson in 1995 with 60.62 seconds. None of these swimmers were even born yet. The records are meant to be broken, and we'll see if 60.62 can last another day. Since 1995, PW has won 2 more state basketball championships. A couple of individual wrestling state titles.
And they're next to their block. Who do you think's going to win this one, according to who's been doing so far?
Well, Niles Rankin has his best time so far is a minute 1.47. That's a seed time entering this meet.
And they're on their block.
He's on lane 4, Niles Rankin. So keep an eye out for Niles Rankin in lane 4 then. He came in 26 at the district meets last school year as a freshman in this event. And he is proving us why he has had success in lane 4. 4 laps total. Gonna be halfway home. If he keeps it up, that record may be broken. 29.09 is on the pace, ahead of pace. "43 seconds. This is not looking too bad, actually.
He could do it. Lane 4.
55 seconds. 60.62. This is going to be close. He just misses it. Misses it by about 2 seconds. But if there's someone to break Kurt Phillipson's record, it may be Niles Rankin. A minute 2.01. 62.01. Now don't be surprised if he shatters the record at any point this year. That is not an impossible pace, 60.62. So Kurt Phillipson's record, to our knowledge, is safe for another day. This is now the final girls event on this December 11th. It is the 400 Freestyle Relay. It's going to be 4 laps per swimmer in each lane. By the way, the minute 2.01 time by Niles Rankin, that would be good enough for qualifying for districts in the 100 breaststroke. Now it's the 400 Freestyle Relay, the girls, the final girls event. They're off each swimmer 4 laps each, 2 one way, 2 another. 3 minutes 43.91 is the qualifying time for districts for girls in this one. 3 minutes 50 is the consideration time. Looks like right now Tatum Maloney is out front for Harriton lane 3 on Elena DeSanto. 28.79 is the lead time. 29.69 second for lane 4 for PW DeSanto. Maloney is sizing her lead a bit. Lane again in lane 3 will be Ellie Greenhall. Abigail Thomas will get in next for PW in lane 4. Harriton's wearing the black caps, PW's in the red. The swimsuits and the caps. Minute .1 is the time for lane 3 by Maloney. By the way, the record in this event for PW is 3 minutes 42.02. That was set last year. It was 2017, last school year, that is. It included Abigail Thomas, Gianna Gross, and Hannah McGee. And there was a DeSanto. And I think that was at the district meets that the record was broken last year. Now going in lane 4 will be Julia Fiddler. W is taking a bit of a lead here. It's a minute 59.16. Second was 2 minutes 1.38. In lane 3, that was Ellie Greenhall. So Fiddler's in 4. Natalie Augustini is in lane 3. Lane 5 is going to be, I believe, Isabel Bunn coming in. That was Acho Crumbeagle, who hit the pad.
Who's in the lead again?
Looks like lane 4 for PW's in the lead, 227.44. It's Julia Fiddler, also a field hockey star. Field hockey team finished 16-3 this season for Plymouth Whitemarsh. Lost in the second round to North Penn. It was a tough loss, but a great game nonetheless in the playoffs. Now the final swimmer, Gianna Gross, 259.23. And the record for PW is 342.02. Gross, Thomas, Sandra may have been a part of it as well. And Gross has extended the lead by a very good margin, as Mandy Becker in lane 3 for Harriton is trailing very far behind. 326.96. Again, the qualifying time is 343.51. 9-1 actually. And it's not anyone's day in this event. 350 flat is the consideration time, but we're already past 354. Lane 4 is going to get first for PW, 358.49. Here comes Mandy Becker for Harriton in lane 3. 4 minutes 8.59. Once everyone has touched the pad for the final time, we'll conclude the night for the girls. In this non-league dual swim meet. Not too far of a ride back for Harriton in the Rosemont from Plymouth meeting. Third place went to lane 5. Nazreen Bunn was the final racer. Well, that was at the time. Wow, lanes 2, 3, 4, 5. Lanes 1 still out there. Now there, of course, is a malfunction with the touchpad, so these are not official results. But lane 4 did come in first at 3:58.49 now, past 5 minutes 15. Lane 1 is coming in, that is Isabella Gouret for the Rams of Harriton. Harriton's known for girls tennis. I think the baseball team once made it far in state playoffs a few years ago. That is the final event for the girls. And now we're going to have the last boys event. It'll be the 400-yard freestyle relay for boys. There'll be 4 swimmers per lane, 4 laps each per swimmer. Stay tuned. The next edition of CITV Sports is going to be scheduled the week of December 18th, 2017. Should be a busy week here as long as the circumstances permit. Hope there won't be any conditions that prevent us from broadcasting.
Official results for that race was lane 3 and lane 5. PW was not scoring.
PW was not scoring in the 400 freestyle for girls. Now the 400 freestyle for boys.
Harriton will be non-scoring in lane 1. Kevin Zai, Michael Kotler, Matt Arani, and Jack Lynch.
Harriton will not be scoring in this event.
Nathaniel Yassik, Jake Weichel, and Ben Tavori. Lane 3, Anthony Williams, Sean Maloney, Liam Pettit, and Samuel Wiggins. Lane 4, Nick Fiddler, Adam Danafa, Jacob Davis, and Nick Choi. Lane 5, Ben Abt, Francis Chillerstreet, Quentin Stella, and Michael O'Connor. And in lane 6, Dean Suchland, James McGinnis, Justin Adler, and Kamani Kinwanjui.
Now this is our final event of the meet. The boys 400-yard freestyle relay. 3:19.25 is the automatic time for district. They're off here. 3 minutes 13 is the record for PW 2011. Kyle Lukens, Pat Kennedy, Brian Jedinek, and Alex Kalastri. Currently in first is lane 4, 24.57. Lane 3 not too far behind, 25.49. 29.02 was the third place time in lane 5. Harriton is not scoring in this event. This is a non-league dual swim meet. Nick Fiddler is going to give way now for Adam Danafa for PW. Borges gives way to Sean Maloney in lane 3 for Harriton. 51.63 in lane 4. Lane 3 was second, 53.7. Lane 5, 1 minute, 1.86. Now on its second swimmer, Francis Chalaseri for Harriton. Minute 19.54, first place lane 4 for Danafa. Jacob Davis will wait his turn for the Colonials. Currently third, minute 36.78 is lane 2 for PW. Sean Maloney actually took the lead from Adam Danafa. So we're going to see Liam Pettit crawl fast in lane 3 for Harriton. Now in lane 4 for PW's Jacob Davis. Danafa lost some speed. And this is our final event of this meet. Well, PW's next swim meet will be against at the Abington Ghosts. Next school year will be a Suburban One American rival. And now we're 2.5 minutes in. Lanes 3 and 4 are going to get in their final swimmers. Harriton in the black caps, BW in the red. Okay, final swimmer in Samuel Eady now for Harriton lane 3, and now it's Nick Choi for PW in lane 4. 2:46.06 the lead time for Harriton in lane 3. And 2 laps to go for the lead laps. Way ahead now is Samuel Eady. Looks like Samuel Eady is going to clock first for Harriton, which is not scoring. Now Harriton lane 3 is going to be first at 3:45.44. Second will be lane 4, which is Nick Choi, 3:57.79. Lane 5 for Harriton, Michael O'Connor is third. Actually, yeah, will be third. At 4 minutes 7.78, just had the clarification. Looks like lane 2 for Plymouth Whitemarsh will be fourth at over 4 minutes 35. And once these swimmers are done, that will conclude the meet. An exhausting afternoon, but it sure was a fun one. And it should be a fun school year for swimming and diving. A lot of encouragement now for Jack Lynch in lane 1 for Harriton and Kamani Kinyanjui in lane 6 for Plymouth Whitemarsh.
It is neck and neck.
Kinyanjui is going to help his team get 5th. Reminder, Harriton is not scoring in this event. Kinyanjui gets 5th. 5 minutes 20.11, lane 1 for Harriton. And that, folks, will wrap up this Harriton versus Plymouth Whitemarsh swim meet.
We thank you for watching, and we hope you'll watch next time we cover another event.
I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss.
And I'm Jacob Kurtz. Have a good night.
For more information regarding CITV programming, check us out online at www.colonialsd.org/community/CITV.
Have a good night.